The first important principle of government is republicanism. Republicanism is the ideology of being a citizen in a state as a republic under which the people hold popular sovereignty. Popular sovereignty is a rule by the people through representatives they elect. Montesquieu wrote about three different types of government: democracy, aristocracy, and despotism, which break into smaller forms of government such as republic, monarchy, and despotism, each with their own principle by which the people must live. Virtue is the principle of a republic. This is important because republics lead to good standing citizens. It also prevents government officials from gaining too much power and provides a voice for the people. The second is separation of powers. The Constitution equally divides the powers between the three branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial. The legislative branch, which is outlined in the first article, distributes power to Congress and the Senate. The second article distributes the power to the President, and the third to the Supreme Court. Distributing the powers vested in the Constitution helps to make sure no one branch has all of the power. It also provides more thoroughness in the jobs given to each branch and protects against potential monarchies. The next principle also gives this principle some of its value. The process of checks and balances is to keep the government from becoming too powerful. Each branch is given powers and is checked in those powers by the other branches, such as the process of passing of the bills. The bill originates in either the House or the Senate. If it has a majority vote, it then moves to whichever house it was not started in, which, if it then gets another majority vote, is taken to the President. The President can either veto or accept the bill. If he vetoes it, it goes back to the House from which it originates and starts the process over. This is a good example of how the different branches check and balance each other. Limited government is when the government is restricted by the law, when the law not only rules the people but also rules the leader. Limited government can be seen as rule by men versus rule by law. Rule by men is when the ruler rules over the law and the rulees, whereas rule by law is where the law rules over the rulers and the rulees equally. That government officials have to answer to the same laws that the people have to answer to. Another side of limited government is government spending. The Founding Fathers believed government was meant to protect our unalienable rights, life, liberty, and our pursuit of happiness, and no more. John Locke strongly believed that the government's job was to provide for our simple needs of freedom and order, that any taxation for other uses of government was legal plunder. Individual rights. The Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, outlines the rights that we as U.S. citizens have. For example, freedom of speech, religion, press, possession of firearms, and others like those. The purpose of the government is to protect our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. How could it possibly protect these things if we do not have the freedom of religion or speech? The point of government is to protect these rights. These individual rights are important to our government because as a republic government, the government relies on the voice of the people in elections. An example of the importance of the people's voice is government forums held in communities.